Well, if you thought that quilting is only for the older generations, you might want to think again. The hobby has captured the interest of younger people, including our next guest, Brett Lewis, who's featured at the Regina Quilt Show this weekend. Good morning, Brett. How are you today?
Good morning, Luke. I'm doing well, thanks.
That's good. So let's talk about your interest in quilting. What initially captured your interest in the hobby?
Well, I didn't come from a quilting or sewing family, but I was gifted a baby quilt when I became a dad, and I just got really inspired by the fabrics that were on it, and that kind of jump-started my dive into the world of quilting, and here I am today, so it's kind of crazy.
And so like that was one of the appeals, obviously, and obviously creativity is another one for you?
Yep, so it was kind of just seeing that there's so many cool designs on fabric. I'd always loved design and color and everything, and then just working the tactile nature with my hands, because I'm in the city in Edmonton, and I grew up on a family farm, and I didn't have stuff to do with my hands anymore. So it's kind of seeing that growth and creation from fabric to a quilt and that whole process. So that was a big appeal of it.
And we do have a quilt right here. So why don't you take us through maybe the design and the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, so this was a quilt from my second fabric collection, Prairie Meadow, which was inspired by living on the prairies the last 20 plus years. And has lots of different techniques. Some of these are traditional techniques, foundation paper piecing, Luke, where you're actually sewing on paper to get these curves and these New York beauty blocks.
Okay.
And there's pronghorn antelope. So this collection I designed with the love of the prairies, and it was really colorful and bold, and just loved how it turned out.
Okay, now we got to talk about your nickname. You're known as the Natural Born Quilter.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that?
My sister Katie actually gave me that name. A lot of people think it's because quilting came so naturally to me, but it was actually based on a photo. It was me and a friend on our front steps, and we looked kind of punky, buzz cut head, and she's like, "Ooh, you look like that cover of that movie Natural Born Killers from the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it. It's kind of a cult classic, but I was like, okay, that's a catchy name to use. So I branded myself that when I kind of started to do a little bit more business-like, so that's how that came to be. So
perfect. And so it is happening this weekend, the event. So if people want to come by, say hi, what are you doing at the event this week?
So at the Quilt Show, I'm going to be doing some demonstrations. I'm going to show some of the foundation paper piecing techniques I talked about in this quilt. I'm going to do a couple quilting techniques on a Bernina sewing machine. I'm an ambassador for that company. And then I'm going to be doing a workshop with guild members and some of the public on this Saturday. Come say hi. I have a pop-up shop, a whole bunch of like natural born quilter goodies that I've brought, some of my fabric, a couple other things. And then there's tons of quilts for everyone to see too, is the biggest thing, quilters and non-quilters alike. So
very cool. We don't have a lot of time left. We have about 20 seconds. So if people are wanting to come out, where is the show this weekend, and how can they get more information?
This show is at the curling rink, I believe, yeah. And just come on out and come enjoy it. So yeah.
Perfect. Well, we're looking forward to it. You can see all these designs and more this weekend. Brett, thank you so much for joining us today.
Awesome.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks.